Hi, it's going to be November 5th soon. That's the day you can vote, and you can vote for whoever you'd like that fits your values, and you should. I would like to say that, regardless of your big feelings about democracy, you can get a sticker for doing it. Do you know how hard it is to get free stickers these days? Like, it's usually a couple quarters, and if you keep on doing this, you can get a ton of stickers. Like, over the years, like every 2 years, you can get like a sticker for free. That's the first reason that you should vote, and one of the only good reasons. The second reason that you should vote is because you matter. Voting, I need you to understand, cannot be about winning. Because you might not. And folks that don't share your values might be the ones in office for the next 2 to 4 years or whatever elections we're talking about. Do not vote because your vote's important to the election. Do not vote to make sure your candidates win. Vote because you matter. Voting is an investment in your own voice to say, this is what I care about and the people I care about. It's important to frame it that way because that is how you can center the importance of participating in democracy. That's the only thing you can walk away with that you know is true. You walk away because you voted and you cared. Maybe you don't care about who's on the ticket right now for national elections, but local elections are always going to be important and impactful in your life. We all have to pay attention to government because most of our life gets impacted by it. A lot of people are disconnected. I have been for several points in my life because a lot of things suck. And I vote now not because I think it will change the world. I don't think it will make anything better in my life by voting. I vote because I want to say that I care about myself and my community and my voice. That's why I vote. And that's why I put a vote out there. And that's why I think you should vote. I think if the only thing you ever do in the government or for government is vote on election days, I don't think that matters that much. Because you have to be invested every day. You can take some days off, like every Tuesday, I don't know, do you? But you have to be invested more than just that election day. And if the only thing you do is show up to vote for party line, I mean, that's fine, but that doesn't make the world better. The world gets better when we are all invested in it. That is how a democracy functions. It can't just be a party. It can't be a conflict between two parties. It has to be more than that. And when I argue for you to vote, it's for that reason. It has to be more than just two parties. It has to be more than just winning and losing. It has to be investing in our democracy. So that's the second reason you should vote. The first one is stickers. That's still more important. The second reason is to continue democracy. And the third reason is to support the people who are running. It's tough to run. Like, it is tough to be an elected official or to try to be, and thank them. Thank them for wanting to participate. I know there's a lot of grifters and people who are in office for reasons that are not to help people, but there are a lot of people who care about their communities and put themselves out there and try. The world's defined by the people who show up, and the people who show up to be elected and to lead are the ones that are doing that work. And you can trust them by your vote, you can trust them by supporting them or donating to them, but it's important to raise leaders up, right? Like, we can't just keep on expecting people to do the job of representative government. That's tough. We've seen so many people burn out in North Dakota, not ever wanting to come back because of how tough it was. So a vote isn't just your voice, it's to support people to be leaders. We need that just as much. Those are the three reasons that I would say to vote. 1, stickers, 2, for yourself, and 3, to raise up leaders. I'm going to do 2 things now. One is I'm going to show you a video from the League of Women Voters.
Hello, my name is Whitney, and I'm a volunteer with the League of Women Voters of North Dakota. Our mission is to empower voters and defend democracy. One way that we empower voters is through our voter guide on vote411.org, which is a nonpartisan, nationwide voting and elections website. So if you head to vote411.org and enter your address on the homepage, you'll be able to see all the candidates that will be on your ballot and compare them. They respond to questions in their own words. And then you can read summaries of the 5 statewide ballot measures that we have this year. It's a great way to research what will be on your ballot. So I hope you'll head to vote411.org this year and share it with people so they can be empowered to vote from the top of the ticket all the way down to the county races and those ballot measures. And I'll let Faye tell you about the rest. Bye!
That was Whitney telling you everything you need to know about elections, about the 411, about getting that information so you know our measures, you know what they do. You can hear from our candidates in their own voice about how they answer questions. I think they have like everyone, or close to every one of our candidates has answered a couple of the questions so you can see who's right for you. And then how do you actually vote? There's a really cool and cute video that our Secretary of State put out. I'm just going to show you
You've
a little bit
decided
of
to
that
vote
here.
in an upcoming election. If you've never voted before, haven't voted for a while, or are new to North Dakota, you might have questions about how to vote. The North Dakota Secretary of State's office is here to be your source for trusted, reliable election information. Before you head to the polls, make sure you meet the 3 requirements for voting in North Dakota. You must be at least 18 years old. You must be a U.S. citizen. And you must be a resident of North Dakota and your precinct for 30 days preceding Election Day.
The rest of it you can find on our Secretary of State website. Voting is really easy in North Dakota. And if you need more education or help, get in contact with like organizations that make sense to you. There's a Native Vote organization that does a lot with our Indigenous populations. There is the labor unions that do a lot with voting. AA, the Association of Retirement People, also does a lot of voting guides. The League of Women Voters, of which I am a card-carrying member, does a lot of work with that too. But access your people. Like whoever they are, they will tell you like all the information you need. But hopefully between the two, you can find some stuff out. The last thing I would say is you have to make a voting plan. If you're like, I'll just kind of wing it on November 5th and see what happens, it's not going to work. You need to right now put in your calendar, I'm doing this at this time. And you need to also talk to your friends about it and tell them, we should do this at this time. That is how people vote. And tell them it is free stickers. Lead with that. Democracy, ideas, freedom, it's stickers. That's how we get them. That's how we're going to get to the future is stickers. Hopefully this was helpful though, but I don't think you should vote because it's the most important election of your life. I think every day is the most important day of our life, right? Vote because it matters to you. Vote because democracy matters to you. And vote just to be happy with yourself. I think it's valid to vote anyway, any party you want, any person you want. I think it's valid to also not vote if that's your vote and you've considered everything, that's valid too. But if you just don't have the time and energy to put into this, do your best to make some. Do your best to invest in yourself because you'll care a little bit more about the world and have a little bit more of an impact in it. It leads to hope. Hope is something we make, and voting can be something hopeful. I also wrote an article about how don't be too depressed, depending on what happens on November 5th. We will keep working no matter what. No matter who is in office, no matter what party, I will keep on working to build a better future, and so will so many other people across the state. So that is everything I have about trying to get you to vote in like 2 weeks. Yeah, happy Halloween when that happens too. That's not related to voting, but you know, it's cool. It's coming up.